GH star Eden McCoy speaks out on Joss and Cameron's sex video. Jocelyn Jax's life has been thrown into turmoil on General Hospital courtesy of evil Esme Prince. The conniver rigged a phone camera to capture Joss and Cameron Webber's first time having sex, and then she blasted out the video to their fellow Port Charles University students. SoapHub spoke with Joss's portrayer, Eden McCoy, to get her take on this all-too-real storyline. Eden McCoy talks Joss and Cameron's predicament. Overall, Jocelyn is handling the situation quite well, all things considered. She's talked things over with her mother Carly Corinthus, Laura Wright, and has, rightfully so, zeroed in on Esme Prince, Avery Kristen Pohl, who has caused this whole mess. SoapHub recently chatted with McCoy about this storyline. Read on to get the actress's insights. SoapHub: how devastating was it for Joss to see her video of her and Cameron making love? Eden McCoy: a few years back when Joss was much younger and quietly conducting a search for her kidney donor, I got a sense of just how intensely private she is about personal matters. She was furious at Carly when Carly publicized her search in an effort to help. She didn't want the general public to have that information about something so private about her. And in my opinion, strangers knowing she has a kidney donor is nothing compared to strangers watching a graphic video of her sharing such an intimate moment on video with her boyfriend. So yeah, I'd say it was extremely devastating for Joss to feel exposed like that. It will take her a long time to recover from the humiliation. SoapHub: why did she feel safe in confiding about the whole mess with her mother? Eden McCoy: Joss may not know all the dirty details, but I know she's aware that her mom has had her share of scandal and drama in the past and still managed to come out on top. Carly and Joss are extremely close. I think Joss sees her as a best friend in addition to a mother, so even though she was nervous and a little scared to tell her, Joss knows that Carly will be the right person to guide her through the aftermath and embarrassment and come out stronger than before. SoapHub: Cameron, William Lipton, pointed out that even though Esme wasn't there when Joss and Cam made love, she could have easily set up a timer. She did. Is there any other viable suspect in all this other than Esme? Eden McCoy: I don't think for a minute Joss ever really suspected Trina, or anyone else other than Esme. Joss was absolutely shocked and reeling from the violation, and in that state of mind, I think a person can respond in a way that makes it seem they are confused or grasping for any possible explanation. But Joss has always believed in Trina and trusts her with her life, so she knows it's gotta be Esme somehow. Now she just needs to prove it. SoapHub: what response have you gotten online on these recent story developments? Eden McCoy: the funniest responses have been the viewers who say, that sex tape was so vanilla, no one would care or even bother to watch it. Oh my gosh, do they actually think that those first 10 seconds they showed on GH was the whole tape? I mean, come on, you know that tape got a lot more graphic. But there's only so much the network can show in the afternoon. This isn't HBO. SoapHub: we live in a world where reality stars' sex tapes have made them millions. The world has changed. But this fact doesn't indicate in any way that what's happened to Joss and Cameron isn't horrific. Is the fact that we live in a new social media age of any comfort to Joss at this time? Eden McCoy: this would have been far more devastating for Joss in the 90s or even the year 2000. But when Kim K and Paris desensitized the world to sex tapes, the landscape changed, and that kind of sexual exposure wasn't necessarily a career or a reputation killer. But still, I think it is devastating no matter who you are or what year it is if you are the subject of that kind of graphic content being so widespread. Joss is a private citizen, not a celebrity, and this was her first time. It probably brings her a small amount of comfort knowing that it has happened to celebrities and they've done just fine, but I think mostly she's feeling extremely victimized and even more vulnerable because of how these things spread so quickly on social media. Once it's out there, you cannot control it. SoapHub: what advice or support would you have for anyone in real life who has an Esme in their lives trying to ruin them? Eden McCoy: write everything down, every incident, every suspicion you have, every interaction with that person, no matter how small it might seem. Note all the details, even if they seem unimportant at the time. And if you ever feel even a little bit in danger or threatened, Be confident in going to someone you trust, like a parent or a law enforcement officer, and tell them what's been happening. So Pug, do you know of any real-life incidents where someone's life has been ruined by social media? Eden McCoy, well, I don't personally know anyone whose life has been ruined, but I have friends who are very much in the public eye that have suffered the loss of media/network opportunities and lucrative brand deals because someone recorded or posted photos of them taken out of context and without their knowledge. I have friends who've even lost bookings just over rumors and accusations. That's the scary part. Once someone says something publicly about you and it gains traction, even if it's false, it can be very damaging in ways you might not expect. It makes me feel really sad and frustrated. So Pug, the stage has been set now for Esme and Joss to have an epic rivalry on GH. Excited? Eden McCoy, oh my gosh yes, Avery is such a doll, honestly the sweetest, funniest, and intelligent woman. And she is such a great acting talent and beauty, I just love sharing scenes with her. I knew the instant I screen tested with her that she was the perfect actor for this role. I hope she and I get to go on a crazy soap roller coaster with all the epic twists and turns that keep our audience engaged and yelling at the screen.